students, in the previous session we have started file handling in C programming language. We have seen everything about what is file, then what is exactly this file handling, then what are the possible operations we can do with file, then how to open file, how to close a file, everything we have seen in detail. Now in this session I am going to explain how to do file I/O. I/O means input, output, means how we can read from file and how we can write to the file. That is nothing but input, output. There are multiple types of functions we can use for file I/O. Here is the summary for that. After this, one by one we will see all the function in depth. See, here character based functions are there, means one character at a time we can read from a file. That is nothing but input, and one character at a time we can write to a file. That is nothing but output. Now fgetc function we can use to get a character from file, to read a character from a file at a time, and to write a single character into the file we can use this fputc function. In the same way, string based functions are there, like fgets. Fgets means one string if you want to read at a time from the file, then you can use this fgets function. In the same way, to write a string to the file we can use this fputs function. The next one is formatted. Formatted I/O functions we have seen in detail in C, like printf and scanf are formatted I/O functions. Okay, why? Because formatting is possible. How to display data, how to accept data, for that we can specify some format, and in that we have to use format specifiers again, like %d for integer, %f for float, using printf and scanf, and that is for keyboard and output screen, that is for console based I/O functions. fscanf is to read data from file, and fprintf to write data to a file in formatted way. And next one is record based. Whole record at a time we can write to a file and we can fetch from file. For example, let we have a employee structure, or any file is having data about any employee, like employee number, name, then salary. In this way data is like a record. Then that type of I/O is again possible with the help of this fread and fwrite function. Those are called as record based I/O functions. To read a record from file we can use fread function. To write a record to a file we can use fwrite function. This is all about file I/O. Now one by one I will explain all the functions in detail. See, character based file I/O functions means what? Whenever you want to read a single character from a file, or if you want to write a single character to the file, then we can use these character based file I/O functions. To read a character from file, the function is fgetc. This function we can use to read a character from file. Now what is the syntax here? See, here this function is returning one integer value, name is fgetc, and here as an argument we have to pass that file pointer. See, we have already seen what is file pointer, how to use that fopen function, how to use fclose function, everything we have covered. Whenever we open a file using that fopen function, then it will return that file pointer, and that file pointer we have to store somewhere. Okay, and that file pointer we have to pass here to read character from file. Now here just that file pointer we have to pass. File star means file pointer, we have to pass here as an argument to this fgetc function, and it will return the integer value. Now why it is returning integer value? Because fgetc function is to read a character from file. Now actually it will return the same character which is read from that file, but it will return its ASCII value. Getting? Let for example how to use this fgetc function. Let we have declared here one file pointer, file star fp. Now here we have to open one file, let abc.txt. From that file I want to read some contents, character by character. Then I can use this fgetc function. Now for that we have to declare one character first. Why? Because whatever character read from that file, that should store somewhere, and that will be stored inside ch, and then we will display that character with the help of printer. Getting? Now here fp using fopen function, we will open that file like abc.txt. This is the file name. Now from this file I want to read data character by character. Now here read means we have to open that file in read mode. To read a character we will use that ch equals to fgetc and file pointer, that is fp, we have to pass here. Let this abc.txt file is having this hello. These are the contents of this abc.txt file. Whenever we will open that file in read mode, then initially the file pointer will be at this first position pointing to this h. Getting? Actually this is a get pointer. File pointer is something different, means whatever data about this file that will be stored inside that file structure, and to that structure that this file pointer, that fp is pointing, and that structure will hold this one more pointer and that will be pointing to this h initially. Getting? Now from this initial position the character will be read and that will get stored inside this ch, and this fgetc function, what it will do, it will read that character, will return that character and will move the get pointer to the next position. Getting? Now what it will do, it will read that h that will be stored inside this ch. Now we can display that ch with the help of printf, like printf %c comma ch. Here we will get h displayed. Now again suppose we are doing same task like ch is equals to fgetc fp, then we will get this e character, again l, o, and at the end there is always eof character. At the end it will return, this fgetc function will return eof. But still we are not getting that eof character, we can read from file, so that we will get the whole file displayed over here onto the output screen. Getting? Now next function that we can use to write character to a file, that is nothing but fputc. If you want to write some contents inside file, then you can use this fputc function, but this function will write only single character at a time. Remember. Now how it is internally, because this function is already written in this stdio.h header file. fgetc again written in stdio.h header file. All file handling functions are there in that header file. What is the syntax here or prototype here? It is returning again integer value. Function name is fputc. Getting? Now here there are two arguments. fgetc function is taking only one argument, fputc is taking two arguments. The first argument is whatever character you want to write, but here arguments data type is integer, let's ch, and file pointer of course here fp, let fp. This is not compulsory because this is just a prototype. Getting? It may be anything, you can pass here anything, let integer and file star. These are the two arguments we have to pass to this fputc function. Fputc function will write whatever first argument, whatever first character you are passing, in which file, wherever there that pointer position is there, that at that place this character will be written. How? See, for example, let again the same fp, file pointer is there, let file star fp, and let we have opened any file in write mode. See, compulsory we have to open this file in write mode so that we can write contents into the file. How? We will open like fp equals to again same thing fopen, let here name again same abc.txt. In write mode we have to open that file. Now what will happen here? Initially if there is a abc.file is inside a memory or on the hard disk, then it will clear all the contents of that file, this fopen function. Why? Because whenever we open any file in write mode, whatever previous contents will get totally removed, totally deleted, and thus that abc.txt file will be presented as a new fresh file. And if this file is not present onto the hard disk, no problem, this function will create that file again. Okay, now let abc.txt file, now it has been created, and initially the file pointer is at the first location, that file pointer will be, and there I want to write something. Then we can use there this fputc function, like fputc, and here whatever character you want to write, let a character I want to write, I have passed this character in single quote, that means this will be the character, or you can declare any character variable. Inside that you can accept that character from user, and that character variable you can pass here. Now here fp, get it? Here what will happen? Here this a character will be written inside this abc.txt file, getting, and that pointer will be passed on to the next position. Whenever you close that file, this abc.txt means close fp, whenever you will call that function, automatically at the end that eof character will get inserted, that will indicate end of file. Getting? This is all about fgetc and fputc. Fgetc function we can use to read a character from file at a time, and fputc function we can use to write a character to a file. These are character IO functions for file handling. Now on the basis of this I am going to explain one program to copy contents of one file from any other file. We can do this with the help of this function. Getting? Now let us see. Let there is a already created file, and the same contents I want to copy into any other file. Then that is possible with the help of C program. For that what we have to do, let abc.txt file is already present, having some contents, let hello, and I want to copy same contents in any other file, like pqr.txt. In that I want same contents from this file, means I want to copy one file into other file. Now how we can do this? We can read a character from file using fgetc function, and same character we can write into this file using a putc function. Same thing we will do here. Getting? In this program, that is nothing but a file copy program. For that we have to compulsory include stdio.h header file. And one more point is there, if any problem is there while opening this file or this file, we will check that, and if there is any problem then we will terminate the program, and for that we are going to use exit function, and that is present in this stdib.h header file. That's why we will include these two files. Here first see, here we will work on two files. First one is in read mode we will open, and second one we will open in write mode, and for that we have to declare two file pointers. Getting? Like first file star, let fs means source file. For that we will declare file pointer like fs, and for target file we will declare second file pointer, let ft. Getting? Now next one is character. Whatever character we will read from this file, that should be stored somewhere, so that that same character we will write over here in this file. For that we will declare one character variable, let char ch. Now let us open first this file. Getting? How? Using fopen function. See, fs equals to f open. Here we have to pass that file name like abc.txt. In which mode we have to open this file? In read mode. Getting? Now see, if any problem while opening this file, if this file is not present onto the hard disk, then this fopen function will return null. Getting? First we will check that if that fs is equal to null. Null means what? There is some problem, file is not opened successfully. That message we will display to the user, and will stop here execution of that program. That means we will terminate the program execution. How? See, we will display the message like printf source file not opened, or cannot open source file. You can write any message here, and we have to stop now execution, because this file is not present, then there is no meaning of going further in this execution. Now that's why we have to stop here. That's why we will use here exit function. Exit 1 means, because this is abnormal termination, that's why I am passing here 1. Now here this function is present in this stdib.h header file. Here if the source file is not present, then we have to stop execution, and that's why I have written this one. But if it is okay, file has opened successfully, suppose, then we have to open this file. Just do that. Let ft equals to f open, then here name of that file, target file is pqr.txt. pqr.txt. In write mode we have to open this file. Getting? Because we want to write contents in this file and we want to read contents from this file. Now if this is whether it is again successful or not, because write means this may be present or not present, no problem will be there. I want to create this file, suppose, and there is no any space on disk, there is no any remaining space on disk to create any file, or any other problem may be there, then this fopen function will return here null. That we have to check again. How we will check? Like this, see, in the same way, like this, if ft equals to null. Null means what? Opening failed. Now here we have to give message to user like printf cannot open target file. Getting? Anything you can write. But see here, after displaying this message, we have to close this stream, means fs pointer. Now here opening a file means what? We are creating a stream link to the file wherever it is present. Now we have to close this file, because if this file is opened successfully, source file, then only we will be here to open a next file. But there is a problem while creating target file. That's why whatever opened file that we have to close using fclose function first. That's why here we have to write fclose fs and then exit from this program. Now see, if this is not true, means what? Second file, whatever target file has opened successfully, now we can copy contents from source file to target file very easily. How? See here we will do like this. Here while 1 we will write directly. While 1 means infinite loop. See, from source file we have to read one character. How we will write? Like this, ch equals to fgetc fs. fs means from source file we have read one character. Now we have to write that character into target file. But if it is eof, then we have to stop. That's why we will check here if that ch equals to eof, then break. Otherwise we have to write that character into target file. Simple. fputc. Here first we have to pass that character, that is ch, and then next one is in which file? Target file, and which pointer is pointing to the target file, that is ft. Getting? That's it. Now we have copied all the contents from source file to target file. Here both the files we have to close now using fclose function, like fclose fs and then fclose ft. In this way we can do file copy program. To copy contents from one file to other file with the help of this character based IO function, that is fgetc and fputc. Getting? Now let us see string based IO functions. Just now we have seen that fgetc function we can use to get a character from file, and same we can use that fputc function to write a character to a file. In the same way we can use string based IO functions, means not always we have to read a character by character data, or we have to write character by character into the file. If you want to write whole string at a time into the file, string is what? String is nothing but a collection of characters. Welcome to C programming. What is this? This is a string. If you want to store your name, full name, or only first name again, then what is that? That is nothing but a string. Means there may be a situation like you want to write a whole string into the file at a time, and you want to read whole string from a file at a time. That is possible with the help of string based IO functions provided by C language. Again, these functions are present in that same header file, that is stdio.h. Now let us see how to read a whole string at a time from a file. For that we have to use function that is fgets. Gets stands for get a string from that file. Get a string means read a string from that file. Okay, now let us see first syntax. How to use that fgets function. This is a function that we can use to read a string from a file. Now how to use this function? For that you must know prototype, how it is internally written, because we have to call that function whenever we are calling any function, then that should be written inside somewhere in header file. And if you want to call any function, then you should know prototype, how it is written. Now what is the prototype here? That fgets function. Gets means read a string, means after reading that string it will return that string. Getting? That's why here return type is char star. Again name is fgets. See, here there are three arguments we have to pass to this function. The first argument is where you want to store that string after reading, means it will do both. It will store whatever string read from that file inside this first argument. Again it will return that whatever string read from that file, the same string. Getting? Now here first argument, that is nothing but string variable, where you are going to store that string after reading. Here first is char star again. Second argument is maximum limit, how many characters may be there inside that string, means consider that max length and that much number of characters you have to pass here. Number of characters means that number, that count. What is the maximum limit or maximum number of characters you want to read from that file? Getting? In one string. That max limit is the second argument, that is nothing but the integer, that max number of characters, means that is max limit. And the next argument is of course file pointer you have to pass. In every function there is a file pointer, keep in mind. Okay, now file star, let fp. This is nothing but a syntax or prototype of this fgets function. This we can use to read a string from a file. See how to use this function. Here I have declared one file pointer, let file star fp. Now I am opening one file in read mode because I want to read a string from file. Let fp equals to f open, again same thing I am doing, let abc.txt. This is a file and from that one string, first string whatever that I am going to read. How to use fgets? Now here first argument we have to pass in which string you want to copy that whatever string read from that file. Here one character array we will declare, let character s of 50. Okay, I am considering here that single line from that file may contain at most 49 characters, because there should be a space in that s for 1/0 character. Maximum limit is this one. Okay, now here first argument we have to pass that s, where you want to store that string after reading. Next is how many maximum characters may be there in that string. Okay, here let I am writing here 49 maximum characters. And next one is for file pointer we have to pass over here, that is nothing but fp here. How it will work? It will go inside that file. Initially the file pointer is at the beginning, on the first line, on the first character. Okay, here let the string is like hello world. And next here let welcome. Proceed. This is a file, that abc.txt. Now initially whenever we open that file, this will be in read mode, the file pointer will be at this position. Now whenever we are reading from that file using that fgets function, it will read maximum 49 characters. Now here see how many characters are there, like 11 characters are there. And at the end that slash n character will be there. 11 characters are there and it will read those 11 and that slash n again, that is new line character, 12 characters it will read. Okay, but here we have given 49. No problem, it will read up to slash n or maximum 49 characters. Means if this string is having more than 49 characters, then it will read only 49 characters from that string. But before that, if it is this string is having less than 49 characters, before 49th character it is having that slash n. Slash n means this line has ended here. Getting means after reaching on that slash n character or 49th character, it will stop reading that string. Whatever string read from that file, it will store inside this S. From which file? Where this fp is pointing, from that file it will read that string. Getting? It will read that hello world, will store inside S. Then we can display that S with the help of simple putS function. We have seen this unformatted IO function to display string to the output screen. Getting? That putS function we can use, or we can again use that printf %s comma that S. Getting? That again we can use to display string onto the output screen. Now whenever it will read that string, cursor will be automatically shifted to the new line. Again it will read next string, next string, next string, and so on till it will be reading that last string. Then at the end of that string there is a UF character, then it will stop reading. Whenever it will reach towards that UF character, then it will return null. Means till it is getting that string, we have to read the strings from this file. Now for that I am going to explain one program, don't worry about that. Here this fgetc function we have used to read a string from file. We can use fputs function to write a string to a file. That is nothing but a counter part of this fgetc function. Getting? How to use that fputs function? Let us see. Now what is the prototype of this function? It will return integer value. Function name is fputs, and here we have to pass only two arguments. The first argument is whatever string you want to write to a file, that is character star let s and comma whatever that file pointer. Here this fputs is a name of function. It is returning one integer value. What about this integer value? I am going to explain, don't worry. First try to understand. Here we have to pass two arguments. The first argument is nothing but whatever string you want to write to that file, that you have to pass over here, and the second argument in which file you want to write that string. Now if that string has written inside that file properly, then this function will return a non-negative value. Non-negative value means positive value or 0 it will return. That means we can say that successfully that string has written inside that file. If it is not possible to write that string into that file because of any problem, then it will return that negative value. Getting? This is nothing but fputs function. Now how to use this function? Let us see one example. Like again the same thing, that fp is a file pointer, and we have open that abc.txt in write mode. We have to open compulsory because we want to write string to the file. Like now I want to write one string to the file. I have written here fputs, here welcome to C. This is the string and I want to write this string in that fp, this file, wherever abc.txt. Then this string will be written inside this file. Now you can again declare one character array. Let character s of 40, and inside that if you are accepting any string with the help of scanf or getS function, you have given message to the user that enter string you want to write to a file. Here again you can initialize that s, like let welcome to C, or you can accept that string from user, anything you can do. And after accepting that string, or if you have initialized that character array, you can write this string to the file in this way, like fputs means write string to the file. Now here fputs, whatever the string variable you have to pass here, and second in which file you want to write that string, and this function will return a non-negative value on successful execution. If any problem occurs, then it will return, of course, negative value. Getting? Now on the basis of this fgets and fputs, I am going to explain one program. Now see, here I have included stdio.h for file handling. stdlib.h we have to include because in this program I am going to use that exit function to terminate program execution. Now see here, initially we have to declare this file pointer, it is compulsory. Then one string variable we have declared here. String variable means that is nothing but a character array. Okay, because we are going to read string by string from that file. One string whenever we will read from that file, that we will store inside that S means that character array, and that we can display. Okay, now here we have opened that file. With the help of fopen function we can open a file. Here fopen abc.txt, in read mode we have to open that file because we are going to read contents from that file. Now if fp is equal to null, we have seen that fopen function has not opened file successfully, then it will return null. That's why we can check that fp is equal to null. If it is null, then that something is wrong while opening that file. File has not opened successfully. That's why if it is null, then we can display message to the user like cannot open a file, open that file, or we can give any other message that file opening failed. Getting? And exit one means here we have to stop execution of that program. We have to terminate execution of that program instantly at this point, because if file has not opened successfully, then we cannot read contents from that file. That's why we have to stop here at this place. Whenever this function will be called, automatically execution of that program will get terminated. And for using this exit function, we have included this stdlib.h header file. fgets function will return null if it has not read anything. Getting? Because fgets function we will use to read a string from that file. See how we can use that fgets. fgets, in which variable or in which character array you want to store whatever read from that file, that is nothing but s here, that I have passed as a first argument. The next one is this 79. See, we have seen that maximum limit, how many characters may be there inside that one line, that we have to pass over here as a second argument to this fgets function. That is nothing but 79 we have passed. And next one is from which file, where this fp, that file pointer we have to pass here as a third argument. Here always keep in mind that whatever maximum length you are considering, you should think that how much length may be there of one string inside that file. Consider that maximum length and as per that declare this character array. This is the maximum capacity. 79 characters can be stored inside this S. Why 79? Because one character, one space should be left there for that /0 character, because we know that whenever any character array is ending with that /0 character, then only that will be considered as a string. And whenever we are storing any string inside this S, of course there should be one space left for that /0 character. That's why here we have given maximum length, that is 79. If this file is having any string having length greater than this 79, will be ignored in that fgets, means while reading that string. After that cursor will be onto the same line, and after that whatever remaining string will be read, of course, after reading that first 79 characters. If that string is having less than 79 characters, then that much characters only will be read and will get stored inside that S, of course. And if this is not successful, means if this fgets function is not reading any string, means that means we can say that that is a EOF, end of file. Means if there is end of file, then this function will return null. And here that we can check with the help of, if it is not equal to null, means it is reading that string. Okay, then just display that string. After again read second string, again display that. Again read third string, again display that, till it is not getting null. Whenever it will get null, that means that is the end of file. File has finished. And after that we have to close that file. Fclose fp. It is always compulsory to close that file. This is how to read contents from a file using fgets function. In the same way, we can write contents to the file with the help of fputs function. Now see how to do that. Now let us see one program where we will use that fputs function to write contents to the file. Here string by string we will write contents inside that file. How to use that? See, here the program is to receive strings from keyboard and write them to the file. Means here we have to accept one by one strings from user and those we will write to the file. Getting? Here file pointer we have to again declare. Here see, we have to accept string from user and that we will store inside this s, and that s we will write into the file using that fputs function. Now here we have to open that file first. Let poem.txt, and we have to open that file in write mode compulsory. Why? Because we are going to write contents to the file. If fp equals to null means whenever we open file in write mode, then if that file is present or not present, no problem will be there. Because if it is present, then all the contents from that file will be cleared and will be presented as a new fresh file. And if that file is not present, then it will be created. But if there is any other problem like space is not there onto the hard disk to create any new file, then you may get any problem while opening that file in write mode, or any other problem may be there, and in that case it does that fopen function will return null. That's why we have to check first, okay, that fp is equal to null, then we cannot open that file, or you can write here cannot create file, and we have to stop that program execution. Now if it is not true, means fp is not equal to null, means we have opened that file successfully. Now we have to write string by string into that file till there should be some termination. Here first user will enter one line, getting like hello, then user will enter key. Enter key means now this is the first string already entered by the user, then that will be stored inside that s, then that we have to write into the file. Then after pressing enter key, user will type something else like let welcome to C. Then again user will press that /n means enter key. This string now will be stored inside that s, and that we have to write into the file. Again user will type something, again we have to write that string into the file. Means, but there should be some termination. So means till which point we have to write contents to the file. Means this process should be terminated somewhere. Means here we will think like suppose user has pressed 2 times /n, means after writing something at this point user is not typing anything and pressing that enter key, means this length of this string will be 0. At the end user has to press that /n 2 times, means first time here and second time, then this process will be automatically stopped. This is our consideration. Now how to execute this or how to write instructions for this, let us see. We will use here gets function to read string from user through keyboard. Getting gets function, gets here inside yes we will accept that string. Then its length we have to find out. Here the length will be 1 2 3 4 5, then here something like this. Here at the end the length will be 0. Getting? Now here while here we will write like strlen, and here gets s. Here this length is if greater than 0, means if it is greater than 0 means this string has typed by user through keyboard, then this string is to be written inside that file. Again this string is to be written inside that file. Again this one up to this point, means at the end whenever user don't want to write one more string, then it has to press again one more /n, and at that point one more /n means enter key, and at that point length will be 0. Now here we can write like this. See, while this strlen gets s greater than 0, what should be done? We have to write whatever contents from that s into the file. Now to write string to the file we have to use this fputs function, whatever we have seen now. Fputs, first argument is nothing but string that you want to write to the file, that is s. Inside that s, that string whatever accepted from user, and in which file, where f is pointing, in that file pointer we have to pass here as a second argument. Now see, here we have written that string into the file, and we have seen that fputs will not write that /n, that enter key whatever pressed by user, that will not be considered as a part of that string. That's why here we have to forcefully write that /n after writing this string in that file. Now how to do that? Again we will call that fputs function, fputs, and here as a /n we will write in that file. Means first we will write that string whatever accepted from user, and then next we will write that /n character. Now this has successfully written inside that file, then this one at the end the length will be 0, this condition will become false, and we will come out of that file. We have to close that file because or whatever writing to the file that has finished now. Here we will close that using fclose function, and now stop. Getting? In this way we can write contents to the file, and after writing contents to the file, whatever we have seen how to read contents from file using that fgets, that program you can run, and whatever written by you, the same contents you will see onto the output screen after running that previous program. Getting?